Okay, hi guys. I apologize right off the bat because I'm at a coffee shop right now. I know it's really weird to make a recording here, but I'm here because I have so much grad school work I have to do. All right, so if you're looking at Schoology, this is for Thursday when you guys have a sub, you will notice an assignment that says peer revisions, video, and checklist document. That's where you found the video that you're watching, obviously. You also need to open up the checklist. It's like a neon green. And if I were you, I would make it like half my screen with the checklist and half my screen elsewhere. Okay, so the first step is you need to pick a partner, preferably a member of your writing group because you're going to be comfortable sharing your writing with them, or someone in your charity group, which is probably the same people. Google share your charity research paper. So if this is my paper, I'm coming up to the blue button and I'm going to type in the email address of whomever and I'm going to share it with them so that they open it. The next step is to choose a couple of paragraphs to focus on. Okay, you cannot revise this entire document for your partner. So choose a couple of paragraphs or ask your partner which paragraphs he wants you to focus on. Okay, and then you're going to create Google comments in the margin. The comments need to be very specific. Otherwise, it's not helpful. If you just say this is good, this is poor, this is weak, that's not helpful. What's good about it so that I repeat it? What's bad about it so that I can change it? I want you to follow this checklist here. First thing, let me make this a little bit bigger actually. The first thing about this checklist is you need to identify the strengths of the writing. Point them out specifically so the student can be sure to continue to do them. The next thing is to identify areas of growth. Point them out specifically so the student can make changes. Does the student use transition phrases? They should. Here are some transition phrases. Okay? If they didn't, highlight it and make a Google comment and say you might need a transition phrase. Why don't you try the word also? If they did use it, highlight it and say, here's a transition word. This makes your paper good. Okay? Does the student cite the sources? They should. They should say, according to the Red Cross's website, as stated on the website. If they put a direct quote, they can use a parenthetical citation where they put the website in parentheses afterwards. Notice that the period goes after it at the end. Okay? After using a direct quote, does the student explain it his or her own words? They should. Be careful of talking to your readers. Okay? In the first paragraph where you're doing your narrative hook, like imagine this happening, that's okay to talk to your readers. The rest of it, you really shouldn't. We need it to be a little more sophisticated. So you can say this charity is worthy because, instead of saying you should donate to my charity. Okay? Is the writing clear? Is it easy to understand? Does it need to be explained better? Okay, if you're having trouble understanding your partner's writing, explain that to them and say, this is not making sense to me, or here's how it would make sense better. Does the student stick to the point through the paper, meaning the thesis? If they go off topic, that's not probably good. You should help them get back on topic. If they stick to the topic, you should give them praise on that. Is the thesis repeated and echoed throughout the paper in a variety of ways? It should be. You should constantly be telling your audience, my charity, or this charity is worthy because this charity deserves donations. Is the charity's name referred to in a variety of ways so that it's not too redundant? If you constantly say the Red Cross this, the Red Cross that, the Red Cross this, say it in a different way. This outstanding charity is blah, blah, blah. This powerful organization's finances are. This excellent foundation is. Mix it up a little. Last thing on here, it says, are the sentence structures sophisticated? Try to tie in some of your sentences so they're not choppy. Can you make it sophisticated? Okay, do not comment on grammar, spelling, punctuation, proofreading errors. That's not for today. That's another day. All right, so we've gone over this. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm looking for. So I have my screen in half and half. I kind of recommend that to you. I think that's helpful. I've decided to focus on this paragraph of my partner's essay. Okay, right away, one reason to support the Children's Defense Fund, I'm going to highlight it with my mouse, and I come up here, and I'm going to insert a comment. This is a transition phrase. Way to go. It's important to identify what the people did correctly because it helps them to know, oh, that's what I need to do more and more to make my paper good. Okay? You should donate to CDF because, and here begins a quote, a child in the United States has a 1 in 5 chance of being poor, and it goes on, and the quote ends all the way down here. Boy, this is a long quote, but I'm not seeing the citation. Like, where is this from? So what I would do, I'm going to make a little comment that said, great quote, but don't forget to cite your source. Also, well, let's see here. I was going to say also, after you provide a direct quote, you need to explain it in your own words. But I think this person did that afterwards. Reading. Yep. Good. Oh, here's another quote. And I'm not seeing where it's from. Remember to cite your source. You can say, according to CDF's website, if I spelled it right. Look, I'm giving my partner a little hint on what to do. Ooh, Children's Defense Fund is a worthy charity because the information, that's really good. There's a part up here where it said you should donate. That's kind of talking to the audience. I'm going to give her a little hint. Instead of talking to the audience, maybe you can say CDF deserves support because blah, blah, blah. Okay. I really like this part because she sums up, like, Children's Defense Fund is a worthy charity because the information tells children about being poor. She's explaining the quote right here. So I'm going to say, nice job explaining your direct quote in your own words. This makes your writing strong and easy to understand. Okay. And I would continue. I'm going to come back here. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be looking for, is she sticking to the point of the paper? I forgot to add my evidence for that. Let me come back up here. Ooh, it's a worthy charity because of this. It's a worthy charity because of that. That is her thesis, so she is sticking to it. And I keep coming back to my green feedback checklist to make sure I'm giving feedback on these things. I did this very quickly because I'm doing just a demo video. This should take a while. After I'm done with this and I tell my partner, hey, I'm done with your paper, and my partner's also done with my paper, my partner is going to read all these comments that I made and is actually going to say, I forgot to cite my source here. I better fix it, and then they're going to fix it, and then they're also going to fix it everywhere else in their paper that they didn't do it. You're going to apply the feedback for that paragraph to the rest of the essay. All right, guys, good luck. Make it nice, and just like Austin's butterfly, it takes a lot of revision and a lot of feedback to get to a good place. Remember to be kind in your feedback because people are very nervous about sharing their writing. So if we can do it in a nice way, it can help a lot. Also remember that not every suggestion, you might not want to take every suggestion. But you should probably make it match this neon green document if these things on here are what I expect to see in your paper. All right, have a good day. I'll see you Friday.